Hello, hello, stampers. Welcome to Lori's Stamping Creations. I have my Sunday share a card video, and I do have 8 cards to feature tonight. So there's a stack of 8 right here, and I will get to these in just a moment. I always like to do a recap of last week. And this was the winning card last Sunday. If you missed that video, actually, I had to do it on Monday because of technical difficulties. But anyway, on Monday night's video, this was card number 4. And I appreciate everybody who voted last week. And some of you liked this beach-looking card, these waves and whatnot. But the winner of this happy mail is Lori W. from Michigan. So I've already reached out to Lori from Michigan, and I will be mailing her this card in a couple days. So anyway, congrats to her, and once again, thank you everybody who voted last week. And if you want to vote for one of these 8 cards tonight, if you find something you like, feel free to do so, and then you might get happy mail like Lori. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with card number 1. This was a recent team swap that I did, and our theme was masculine. So I came up with this this card, and I use Service Essentials, which is right here. So the stamp set, I use several of the stamped images, and then of course the dies to cut those out. And this is an online exclusive if you have not seen this bundle. Another online exclusive that I used, this is still available, this Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. So I'm glad that this is still around because it's a popular folder. Okay, so I just used the 2 different layers of the Peaceful Pine, and like I said, stamped and cut out those images. And that's, that. So a real simple masculine card. Card number 1, if you would like to vote. All right, let's move on to card number 2. This also was a team swap. This was made by Darlene A. And again, sticking to that masculine theme that we had for our team meeting, she made a happy birthday card. And her card base is Misty Moonlight, and she incorporated crumb cake. And all of these tiny squares, sorry about that. All these tiny squares come from the, what's it called? Country Woods Designer Series paper. So I just checked, it is still available. It's online exclusive, but I'll bring in just a few of these patterns. This has been around a couple years now, but I really like this paper, and it is a great DSP to use for a masculine card. Okay, so like I said, that's what Darlene used there. And she used the Stylish Shapes dies for the sentiment. Okay, card number 2, if you are voting. All right, I made this one a couple days ago, and it features the floral set that's in the current catalog on page 44. So if you have your catalog handy, on page 44, I'm going to show you, I actually cased the one in the book. So this one right here, I switched up some colors, but and I left off the happy birthday. Okay, but that's my inspiration, was on page 44. And I'll bring it up a little closer because it does have some shimmer, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, on these flowers. All 3 of these, I used the Crisp Cantaloupe shimmer brush. Okay, so I will point out that I stamped this image 2 times. Okay, so my, I don't know, so you can see this is raised up a little bit. This is a raised up on dimensionals, but my first stamping was Granny Apple Green, and it was all green, and I did it on this white piece, and then I fussy cut. These are separate pieces. I fussy cut these leaves out of that first stamping, and it doesn't, the cut, when I cut those leaves out, it doesn't show because it's got the crisp cantaloupe card base, okay? So my white underneath here does have the holes where I cut these out, and then I stamped it again, the whole image in crisp cantaloupe, and then, like I said, I covered these leaves up on top of the crisp cantaloupe. So that's how I got the greenery, and I added some Darling Duckling gems. And we're going to talk just a little bit about the shimmer brush. So I left this one. My other 4 have been opened and everything that needs to do when you get them. But the Peaceful Pine, I saved this one so I could show you. In case you are not aware, there's some things you need to do when you get these shimmer brushes. Okay, so first you have to shake it up, shake the glitter, and I won't do this on camera to make you dizzy. I don't want to do that. But so I'm shaking, and the glitter gets mixed up really well. And then you want to take this part off. It does not tell us in the directions, but if you are familiar with Wink Stella, it's the same way. You have to take this little ring off, okay, like we did with Wink Stella, and then you put this back on. Okay, like so. So you twist it back on after that white ring is off. Here's the cap, and this brush is dry to start out with. But I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper here real quick. And there's 2 different sizes. It says push on both sides, and you just kind of squeeze it. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Squeeze this a little bit and get the glitter ink to kind of roll down. Pretty soon we'll be seeing it come to the brush. Okay, maybe I'm not squeezing hard enough. Okay, sure, when you're on camera, Lori, everything goes wrong, right? Okay, well, that's how you do it. All right, well, I will show you one. Oh, there, I think the ink is starting to come down. But the key to this is you want to have them in vertical position when you store them. So you've got them all moved like this. And let's take one off, the crisp cantaloupe, I know because I used that. But you can see how the ink has come to the end there. And then you can paint your glitter on all your images that you want to use it on. Okay, so that's the idea behind the new shimmer brushes. And every pack you get, it comes with directions, so it tells you what to do and what not to do with your instructions. So make sure you go over that and you understand what you're supposed to do with your new shimmer brushes to make them last. Oh, now the green's starting to come down a little bit. You can see it on the brush. Okay, but I want to show you this because I found this. Who out there remembers Stella Stamper? Okay, so years ago, we're talking, I don't know, 20 years maybe? Stella Stamper was a wood mount set, and a friend of mine, Julia, if you are watching, Julia is no longer a demonstrator, but I'll turn it like this. Julia made this. This is a little pen holder. It holds markers and pens and things, and then she also made me a business card holder from the Stella Stamper. So it's got my name on it, and I put my business cards in there. So I did want to show that off because if you've been around, if you're a dinosaur, so to speak, with Stampin' Up! Like I am, you probably remember Stella Stamper. So anyway, that's how I'm going to store all 5 of mine. I'm going to put all my glitter brushes in there like that, and then they'll be in vertical position, okay? So that's what I'm doing there. And this is card number 3, by the way, if you're voting. Let's hurry up and move along here. Okay, number 4. I had a piece of this paper. This DSP was left over from a recent a virtual card making class from Stampin' Up. So I had it on my table. It's like, I'm going to use that piece. I added some flower dies. And these dies come from the Heirloom Boutique. Let me get those out. So here's the flower dies. This is in the catalog. And then the only image I used from the stamp set was this leaf right here. As a matter of fact, this small leaf. I used it and colored it in with Mossy Meadow. So Mossy Meadow and Cloud Cover, Petal Pink, and Lemon Lolly is my color combo for this. Card number 4, like I said. All right, moving on here. This is the same thing, that same piece of paper that I had left over from my kit. I thought it went really well with this vase, so I'll bring this up a little bit. This vase is, when you die cut this, it embosses it. And if you look at the embossing pattern on this, it goes really nicely with this paper. And I love this die right here. Okay, so this is Life in Bloom dies. So that's in the current catalog also. Life in Bloom's dies, but like I said, this is the one I really liked. And the leaves and flower image, and then here's the vase. And I also use this bow right there for that die. Okay. So that's what that is. I really liked how this turned out. I added 9 rhinestone jewels on there to add some sparkle. And this is card number 5. All right. We've got 3 left. This is card number 6. Real simple card layout. I used 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of designer paper, and you can switch this this paper up to any that you have on hand, and use any DSP and stamp, words that you have. And this special thanks comes from Opulent Oasis. And then on page 70 in the current catalog, I'm going to bring that back real quick because I do want to point out this whole page, this mix and match. Okay, so all of these mix and matches, ephemera packs go with this paper. Okay, I've got one more card that I'm going to show at the end that is using this designer paper also because I really like it, and it's called Everyday Essentials Designer Series paper. And like I said, it goes with all of these coordinating products of ephemera. Okay. So that is, this is Bubble Bath, if you're wondering what my card base is. And this is card number 6. And number 7, this is another team swap with the masculine cards, as I was mentioned earlier. And this is Susan T. She's my team member, and she used the Winnie the Pooh stuff. Okay, so let me see here. I'll show a little bit of the paper. I've shown this before, but I just love this paper. You can cut these apart and use them on the front of your cards. And then, of course, we have dies for this piece that you can cut that out. And then Susan used one of the dies here to cut out this tree paper. Okay. And then also the Pooh Bear was this image right here where my finger is, and just used a die for that one as well. Okay. So these have been really popular. I forgot to check to see if these are available or not available at the present time, but they will be back if they are unavailable. This is the bear die she used. And then one of these bigger images here, one of these dies to cut out the DSP. All right, so I do want to tell Darlene and Susan, thank you very much for swapping with me. And then this was card 7. And the very last card, number 8. Again, I'm using that paper. This is a separate piece here, and this and this. So 1, 2, 3 pieces of that Everyday Essentials that I showed you on page 70. And I love this color combo. It's Crumb Cake and Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. And I just added some of the linen thread around there and made a happy birthday card using this. This is in the catalog, Exciting Times. I use this image here and the happy birthday to you, of course, along with this rounded rectangle punch. Okay, who doesn't love our punches, right? They are handy to have and very sturdy, and they last forever. Okay, so that's the rounded rectangle punch. And that's card number 8. All right, so let's bring them all back. Card 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thanks for stopping by, and please vote for your favorite card or just leave me a comment. And either way, you'll be entered in the drawing for Happy Mail. So until next Sunday, happy stamping. Bye-bye.